Hey Naomi, you were recently in South Africa. How was the safari?
The safari to South Africa was beautiful. I visited so many places including the Zulu King Shaka Memorial in Stanger, KwaZulu-Natal. Simply put, fantastic.
Do you have some time to spare and you can tell me this beautiful story of Shaka Zulu? I would love to learn more.
Certainly. I have all the time. The story fascinates me too. Shaka Zulu, King Shaka or simply Shaka was a prominent figure in the history of Southern Africa. Shaka was a powerful leader who shaped the Zulu kingdom with its military prowess in the early 19th century. He is credited as being the father of the Zulu nation. Shaka's story is quite fascinating. He was born in 1787 in what is now present-day Melmouth in KwaZulu-Natal province, in South Africa. Shaka was born to Chief Senzangakona, a chieftain of a Zulu clan, and Princess Nandi, the daughter of Chief Mpenji of the neighboring rival clan. His parents were forced to separate when Shaka was 6 due to pressure from the elders that his parents violated a Zulu custom of marrying from a rival clan. His mother Nandi took Shaka with her back to her clan, where he passed a fatherless boyhood among a people that despised her mother and treated him no better. In 1802, trouble befell Nandi and her clan drove her out. She then fled and eventually found shelter with the Dletshini, a subclan of the powerful Mthethwa clan. When Shaka reached manhood, he ran away and lived under Dingiswayo, the paramount chief of the Mthethwa, who had called up Shaka's Dletshini age group for military service. Shaka obeyed this call and served well for 6 years as a warrior. He remained under the guidance of Dingiswayo, who was impressed by Shaka's courage and endurance. During all this time, his father, Senzangakona, was still the chief of a small subclan in the Mthethwa Confederation. Chief Senzangakona is notably known as the father of 3 Zulu kings who ruled during the period when the Zulu achieved prominence, led by his oldest son King Shaka, and then Dingani and later Mpandi. Chief Senzangakona died in 1816. Shaka was then able to claim his father's chieftaincy with military assistance from Dingiswayo, the paramount chief. Dingiswayo released Shaka from service and sent him to take over the Zulu clan, which at this time probably numbered fewer than 1,500 on the White Umfolozi River. The Zulu clan were among the smallest of the more than 800 Eastern Nguni Bantu clans, but from the day of Shaka's arrival they commenced their march to greatness. Upon assuming his position, he first decimated the small clans in his vicinity, starting with his mother's clan. Revenge followed, where he sought out the men who had made his boyhood a misery and impaled them on the sharpened stakes of their own kraal fences.
Shocking. That was cruel.
Oh yes. Shaka ruled with an iron fist from the outset, meting out instant death for the slightest opposition. He fought to exterminate and then incorporate the remnants of the smaller clans he defeated into the Zulu. Under Shaka's leadership, the Zulu army grew from 1,500 to over 20,000 in less than a decade. Sadly, in 1817 or 1818, his mentor, paramount chief, Dingiswayo was assassinated by Zwide, the chief of Ndwandwe clan. The demise of Dingiswayo removed the last restraint on Shaka's expansion of the Zulu nation as he desired. Nevertheless, he still sought revenge for his mentor's murder. In 1820, Shaka succeeded, and he merged the Mthethwa clan, his Zulu clan and several other Zulu-speaking clans in the subregion to form the powerful Zulu kingdom under him. Shaka became the leader of the Zulu tribe. He ruled with an iron hand, meting out instant death for the slightest opposition. He introduced the use of short stabbing spears and a new battle formation called the buffalo horn, which allowed his warriors to encircle and overwhelm their opponents. He is best known for his innovative military tactics and organizational reforms, which transformed the Zulu army into a highly disciplined and effective fighting force. Shaka unified and joined all the Nguni clans to form an empire, and he gave his own clan name to the new nation, now the Zulu nation. He then instituted the regimental system based on age groups, quartered at separate kraals and distinguished by uniform markings on shields and by various other combinations. Shaka first reorganized and rearmed his men with long-bladed, short-hafted stabbing assegais, which forced them to fight at close quarters. He developed standard tactics for battle. The available regiments were divided into 4 groups supervised by indunas, or officers. An impi, which was a Zulu military formation, consistently covered 50 miles, 80 kilometers, per day. A remarkable feat, then. Under Shaka's leadership, the Zulu kingdom expanded its territory and influence. However, Shaka's rule was also characterized by strict and often brutal governance. He implemented social and cultural changes within the Zulu society, often with harsh consequences. In 1827, Shaka's mother, Nandi, died and Shaka became openly psychotic. Unfortunately, about 7,000 Zulus were killed in the initial paroxysm of his grief. Farming was banned for a year, and milk, a staple diet, could not be used. All women found pregnant were slain with their husbands, as were thousands of cows, so that even the calves might know what it was to lose a mother. Shaka's rule was marked by both impressive achievements and significant controversy. Early in 1828, Shaka sent the impi to the south in a raid that carried the warriors near to the borders of the Cape Colony. No sooner had they returned, expecting the usual season's rest, than he sent them off to raid far in the north. This was too much, and 2 of his half-brothers, Dingani and Langana, were fed up with this insanity and authoritarian rule, and together with an Induna named Mbopa, they murdered Shaka in that year. Shaka's legacy remains a subject of discussion and debate. On the one hand, he is remembered for his military innovations and his impact and creation of the Zulu nation. On the other hand, his methods and the consequences of his rule also raise ethical and historical questions. Following his death, the Zulu kingdom faced internal conflicts and external pressures from European colonial powers. Despite the odds against him, Shaka rose to become a powerful and influential leader who played a significant role in shaping the Zulu kingdom with its military prowess during the early 19th century. Shaka is credited as being the father of the Zulu nation, despite his controversial tactics. Although his was a sad ending. His influence on southern Africa is undeniable, and his legacy lives on to this day. He is still Shaka the Unshakable.
Oh yes. He had a sad ending indeed. At 41 years old, he died a death without dignity. It is said that he was begging his attackers for mercy, and his killers buried him in an unmarked grave near a village in the present-day KwaZulu-Natal.